The Windows update pipeline is pretty well thought out, and 99% of the cases you're not going to run into any issues. But in the 1% that you do, it's going to be very hard to resolve those issues. My name is Yadullah, you're watching Candid.Technology, and in this video we're talking about CCM setup failures that can happen when you're trying to update your Windows installation. So CCM setup failure errors generally involve Windows update settings that may have gone wrong. Maybe your Windows update service isn't running or something similar that's happening along the roads. So the first thing that we're going to do to resolve this is to restart the Windows update service. Now to do this, head over, or actually click the start menu and search for services. You will see this appear right here. Click on it to open. And now in this list, we are going to find the Windows update service. So just scroll all the way down until you start seeing Windows services. And here we are. It should be somewhere here. Windows update, right at the bottom. So right click and head over to properties. This will open up this new dialog box. And what you have to do is essentially make sure that the service is running. So as you can see, in my case it's stopped. So what I can do is I can go ahead and click the start button and Windows will attempt to run the service. If you see that the service is running, you can manually stop it and then restart it and then try running the Windows update again. Next up, it's always a good idea to run SFC and DISM on your system just to iron out any corrupt files and any other thing that may be causing this issue. So press the Windows key and search for command prompt. In here, make sure that you click on run as administrator. Give it the permissions it needs, and now we're here. So the first thing that you're going to do to run SFC is simply sfc/scan now. Press enter, and then Windows will start beginning this system scan. Now this can take a while, so just sit back and relax until this is complete. Once this is done, so let me open another command prompt terminal just so you can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so this is PowerShell, but it's more or less the same thing. Let me just open command prompt. Yeah. So once SFC has run and regardless of whether it has found any issues on your system or not, you can go ahead and type run DISM with this command. So cleanup-image/restore health. The H is gonna be capital. Yeah, so once you run this command, it will automatically look up any missing files and clean up the Windows image that is installed on your system, restoring its health. Once you've done running both of these commands, come back to the system and try rerunning it. Try rerunning your Windows update. The next solution is to clear any corrupt Windows update data caches that you might have on your system, and this involves running a series of commands that I'm going to put on the screen in a little bit. So first up, what we're going to do is once again launch a Windows admin terminal. I don't know why this keeps opening PowerPoint, but essentially what you have to do is run a administrator command prompt window. The first one is net stop wuauserv. So this stops the Windows update service. Once you've run this, then we're going to type in net stop cryptSvc. Once again, we're stopping services before we start deleting these data caches. I'm not running these commands because these can take a little while to sort of process on your system. So it's gonna be a while, and also I don't need to delete any corrupt data caches because I don't have them. So next one is net stop bits. Once you're done with that, then net stop msiserver. So now we're done stopping all of our services. Now we need to delete the old data caches. So then you type in ren c drive Windows software distribution and we're going to rename this folder as SoftwareDistribution.old. What this does is that it actually holds all of your Windows files or Windows update files, and what we're telling Windows to do is to rename the current folder to a new one, which means it no longer will access these files as primaries. So essentially when you run Windows Update, it won't see this old data cache. Alright, now we are going to do the same thing to another file, which is renc:/Windows system32 catroot2, and we're going to just rename it to catroot2.old. The same concept, and then you can go back in the same order that we stopped services to go ahead and restart them. The commands for restarting services will be on your screen right about now, so you can refer to them. They'll also be in the description below, so if you don't want to pause the video and go back to command prompt and then come back and do the back and forth, you can just copy paste them from the description and then go ahead with your own pace. Finally, if nothing else works, you can go ahead and completely reset the Windows Update modules that you have on your system. This is very similar to clearing the corrupt data caches. So what we're going to do is open an admin terminal. Like yes, you can do this in PowerShell or in the command prompt. So once again, the list of commands will be on your screen right about now, but we're going to start with netstop wuauserv. Then we're going to go to the system root drive. So this is going to be system root &. Then we are going to change the software distribution folder just like we did last time. So ren software distribution. Now since we're already in the system root drive, we don't need to provide the full URL path here, but this is essentially the same command as last time. So SoftwareDistribution.old. Once you've run it, then you can start the Windows service again. So that's going to be net start wuauserv. Alright, next up we're going to restart the bits service. So that's going to be net stop bits, and then once you've stopped the service, we're going to just start it again using net start bits. Next up is the cryptSvc. So once again, net stop cryptSvc, and yeah, once you've stopped the service, now we're going to go to the system32 folder. So that's going to be cd system root system32. Next, we're going to change the catroot folder that we just changed in the last step. So as usual, that's going to be ren catroot2 catroot2.old. You can rename the folder whatever you want. This is just to make sure that Windows doesn't sort of refer to that corrupt folder again. And then you can start the cryptSvc service. So that's going to be net start cryptSvc. Alright, now what we're going to do is that we are going to register a couple of DLLs once again, now that we've gone through this entire process. So this is going to be Softpub.dll, Wintrust.dll, Initpki.dll, and msiserver32.dll. The way we do this is we just use the regsvr command. So regsvr32, then the name of the DLL, which in this case is Softpub.dll, and then a flag that resets the DLL file. So the commands for all 4 DLLs and the rest of the commands will be on the screen and in the description below, so that you can refer to them and go around running them. Regardless, once you're done with all of these changes, restart your system and then try to run Windows Update again, and that should fix the problem. If you like these videos, consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, press the bell icon, and tell us in the comments below what you think about these videos, and I'll be there talking to you. If you'd like to know more about tech, visit our website Candid.Technology, follow us on social media, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, and we'll see you in the next video.